I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 75 of Road to Shimanami, and it's been a while, but let's do a quick pose down. I haven't eaten anything, I didn't drink anything yet, I just woke up, took a shit, as always, and then, the posing is going to begin. But, it's the day before I'm going to run a full marathon as the last final practice for Road to Shimanami, and I guess, it's a good timing, because after this, I'm going to start deloading, I'm going to start reducing the distance of running to 5 kilometers every day instead of the usual 10. Although I should say 5 is the usual distance. That's what I was doing before I started running. But the deload is going to start, and after the deload, it's just the Shimanami cycling road. So let's do a quick physique update. Let's see how things changed. I woke up today at 74.65 kilos, so not too bad. That means it's 1 kilo lighter from my actual bulking weight, but you know, it at one point it was like 73 kilos only. So I don't think I just lost 1 kilo. Perhaps I lost a little more, but I'm filled up with more carbs as I than I used to be, basically. But anyway, let's do a quick flex. Okay, so certainly not as big as at the end of the bulk, but whew, at the end of the bulk, yeah, I was a bit too big for comfort. But now I feel great, 74.5 kilos. I still have a bit of muscle on my frame. My legs might have gotten a bit smaller in the quadriceps, especially, but all in all, I feel like, there's still some tissue on my frame. I still feel strong, and I think I succeeded in kind of maintaining my build during this running phase. And that's all just due to working hard, studying well, and eating and sleeping plenty, because that's the Master Roshi way. And that's the way I follow. I don't train for a specific event, for a specific competition, because guess what? If I wanted to train for, an ultra marathon like all in or a full marathon all in, it would be way more beneficial to be skinny, right? Or not all of this muscle. It's not like I have that much muscle, but the muscle I have on my frame is a disadvantage. When it comes to like the BMI, I'm overweight because it's like you go up to 25 and then after that you're overweight, right? I have more than 25 of BMI because I'm 168 centimeters and almost 75 kilos now, between 74 and 75. So yeah, I'm overweight. That's not a good thing for a marathon, but anyway, I don't, like I said, I don't train for a specific event or test. I just train to be strong and healthy in general. Just like, with Japanese, I didn't study Japanese to pass a certain test. I just studied it because I wanted to be able to speak it. And after I was able to speak it, I happened to take the test, right? And the same thing is here too. I want to, just be strong. I want to have good conditioning. And then when I'm feeling up to it, I want to be able to just smash out the marathon and not even like have to think about it, right? That's the ultimate goal. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to be ready and recovered. So today I am gonna train, of course, because I train every day. But it is gonna be a bit of a lighter session. So what I'm gonna do is one of those hand balancing and planche sessions, 3 sets of each. So one arm planche and handstand, 3 sets, and then 3 sets of planche. Let's get going. Ah, damn it! All right, so some frustrating attempts, but I have to hold back here because the main goal is not one arm planche or one arm handstands. Those are just some, fun side missions along the way. But the main goal is, well, Shimanami cycling road, and in order to get there tomorrow, I have a full marathon to attend to for my final practice, and I want to be ready for that. So today, even though I have energy to do some more attempts on the one arm planche and handstand as well, I'm gonna hold myself back, and well, that's true discipline, holding yourself back where you need to, because your body has to rest as well. But anyway, I still have 3 sets of planche left. I'm gonna start off with one deep planche push-up to just see how I'm feeling. So let's go. Ah, messed it up a little bit, but not too bad. Alright, so I think it was a couple weeks ago I tried a deep push-up on these bars, and well, I was able to go quite far down, but my wrists were blocking me from going further. So now, I think I'm gonna grip the bars here. In order to do so, I have put them a bit wider, which makes it a bit more difficult. But if I can, do a planche decently here, then perhaps an even deeper push-up is possible. I'm not saying I'm gonna go for a pelican, but a pelican would be quite cool, wouldn't it? So let's give it a go. Oh, I'm gonna have to get used to this, and it's slippery as well. Maybe it's only like a short attempt, right? I'm not getting tired from this, so I can do a bit more than 3 sets. All right, I took some measurements against the slipperiness of the bar, but hey, this is not too easy because it's wide planche, and it's also the grip is more difficult because it's slightly declining. But that's the cool thing about calisthenics, right? You can just slightly shift the way you do an exercise, and suddenly, even though it's the same body weight, it becomes way harder. It's not only true for the planche, but let's say you're doing normal push-ups, you can make your push-ups harder by perhaps leaning forward or focusing only on your triceps and doing diamond push-ups, or even making them wider or going to one side or another. There is infinite ways to basically progress in calisthenics. So don't get fixated in the planche, for example, on certain progressions. Like people go through these progressions of lean planche, tuck planche, advanced tuck planche, one-legged, right? And somewhere in between there's going to be a big gap where you get stuck, but you're not really stuck in those, like in between those two progressions, because there is an infinite amount of stairs that you can still climb in between those, like smaller steps that you can, climb on to basically get to where you want to be. So if, for example, you're stuck on advanced tuck to a straddle planche, well, you have one leg in between, or you have even advanced tuck one leg, I guess, like advanced one leg where it's not just on one leg where you're tuck, but you bring your other leg a bit lower, or you can add some weight, like half a kilo or 100 grams, who knows. You can add a band, right? There's so many ways to progress, right? So many different ways to basically change up what you're doing. So you're never really stuck, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, let's give this thing a go. What the fuck? Is it even possible? Well, it's possible, I'm just weak. That's not happening. All right, so I am definitely trying that again in the future because I feel like I can get it, but I am not trying it again today because guess what? Tomorrow I have a full marathon to run, and let's talk about that. For the marathon, it's weird. I don't fully realize yet that tomorrow I'm gonna have to run for probably more than 4 hours. I guess the stress will come tomorrow, but anyway, the goal for tomorrow's marathon is not to cut a certain time. Go under a certain time, like 4 hours or something, because it's quite a difficult course. It's mostly trail. There's some ups and downs. It's not a fast course or anything, but my main goal is to run that marathon and in the end be not completely destroyed because I've run this distance once in my life already. Last year during the bulk, just as I was approaching 1 year of continuous running every day, I decided to basically run a marathon and even went to 50 kilometers, but I was just completely destroyed for weeks on end. And tomorrow's goal is not to basically go at a certain pace, but to just keep moving, right? And at the end, feel like I can still go some more because guess what? In Shimanami Cycling Road, I will have to go some more because it's 70, probably like 75 kilometers. I don't know the exact distance, but it's somewhere between 70 and 80 kilometers. So I'll like at Shimanami Cycling Road, when I'm done with the full marathon, I still have another 30 kilometers to go at least, right? And so I have to be prepared to do that. And in order to do so, well, tomorrow I want to feel fresh. Well, not fresh, but I want to feel decent when I finish that marathon. So, and that's going to be something for tomorrow. I don't know what kind of video it's going to be yet, but anyway, for today, here's what you have to do after your training. You have to eat and sleep plenty. So that's what I'm going to do and I'll see you tomorrow.